What is your favorite, and where is your favorite place to eat in the Philippines?
All carry-on items should now be stowed securely, either in an overhead bin or under the seat in front of you.
Beau here, and welcome back to my channel. On this channel, we talk about travel, we talk about travel hacks, talk about lifestyle, talk about life hacks. Welcome. And today I'm going to be answering the question, Beau, what is your favorite food? I get this question asked to me tons and tons of times. What's the best food I've had? What's the worst food I had? Today I'm going to be answering the question, so I hope that you enjoy. So the answer is actually quite short. There's about 10 of these places within a 3-minute drive from my house in the Philippines, and they are incredible. So I just jump on my motorbike, ride down, and you can spot them by the little metal tins, I guess Tupperware containers, just little metal tins that have lids on them, little glass lids normally, and you'll just be driving down the road and you'll see that and you know that you found yourself a food stall. I love food stalls. Every single one is different. That's my favorite part of it. And you can go back to the same one the next day, and normally it's a different thing. It's always a surprise what they are serving that day. I think of it almost as cafeteria meals, like from wherever I was growing up, but actually good food and food that I actually like. Actually, it's nothing like cafeteria meals. The only thing that reminds me of it being a cafeteria is sometimes they hand me a cafeteria tray. So just cancel, I even said that. Yeah, so food stalls. They're incredible and I love them. So they have, my number one food there though is lumpia rolls, which is basically like a spring roll. They're about that big. And they're fried. They have pork in them. Sometimes they have veggies. They also have fried chicken at these places. They have fried pork. They have lots and lots of pork and chicken. That's kind of the two main protein sources there in the Philippines. And they have about, I always say 40, 50 ways to cook pork. And I'm not kidding. They use every part of the pork. And they always make it taste extremely, extremely good. Chicken. They have lots and lots of ways to cook chicken too, and it's always extremely good. My personal favorite is fried chicken, just because I don't know why. I guess it's my unhealthy streak coming out, but I like fried chicken and I like the fried pork chops. So, yeah. They also have noodles. They have Chinese noodles. They have little skinny noodles. They have the thick noodles. They normally only have one noodle container. And the best time to come to one of these places, like if you want fresh food is about 10 o'clock in the morning. But however, even if you come at 2, your pickings are gonna be a little more scarce. But how it actually works is you walk up, you look at all the food, and you go, I'll take 1 of this, 2 of this, 3 of this, 4 of this. So actually, the people walking up never touch the food, which I really, really like. I'm not a germ freak, but I like my stuff like not germy. And yeah, the people that walk up actually never touch the food. You say, oh, I'll have 3 of this, 2 of this, 1 of this. They put it in your little separate bowls, and they take it to your table. And speaking of germs, a lot of people I know that are watching this video are from the US, and you're gonna be wondering, Beau, how safe, because this is basically the street food of the Philippines, how safe is this food to eat? Well, I eat there 1 to 2 times per day at different ones, and I've never been sick because I ate at a food stall. Have I been sick? Like, psh, that's what I mean by sick. If you don't know what psh means, I will link Catherine Davis's Instagram right here. You can slide in their DMs and ask her what psh means. But yeah, let's bring it on back. Okay, so I've never been sick at one of these places. I have been sick though from eating at one of these places because I've eaten too much food. Like I've eaten just fried chicken, or like just seafood, or like just too much of one thing, or something super, super spicy that my stomach doesn't agree with, because I'm a wimp. I can't handle spicy stuff at all. But yes, I've never been sick because of food poisoning because of one of these places. And like I've said, I've eaten there tons and tons of times, and also I have a sensitive gut. So if that tells you anything, The next thing you may ask is, Beau, what does it cost to eat at one of these food stalls? Well, it actually doesn't cost as much as you would think, but it all depends on the amount of protein that you get. The more protein you put on your plate, the more expensive it's going to be. If you basically just get rice and vegetables, it's going to be cheaper. So, but protein is extremely expensive in developing countries like the Philippines. So, the more protein you put on it, the more expensive. For breakfast, I would sometimes get 2 pork chops and a cup of rice, which I would believe would run me about $2.50. For lunch, though, I would normally go to a different food stall, or for mid-afternoon second lunch, I would go to a food stall, or I would go to another food stall, and I would stack up like 1,000 calories on my plate, and that would cost me around $3 to $4. Just it really depends on their discretion, and I kind of figured out which food stalls that were cheaper and which food stalls that I really like the owners at, and yeah. It actually doesn't cost that much, and for 1,000 calories you can get for $3 to $4. That's not a bad deal. And I got to remind you, most, like 90% of this food is homemade. Like, I mean, they don't home make the noodles, but the lumpia rolls are homemade. All this food is like homemade, which is incredible. The flavor of it is always great. Yes. So if you're in the Philippines, you have to try a food stall. It is the street food of the Philippines. It's one of my favorite things to eat in the Philippines. I guess that's it for this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I always forget to say like and subscribe now. I used to be really, really good at it. But until next time, Beau out.
It's Dominic the donkey. Clickety clack, we stop. It's Dominic the donkey.